The University of North Alabama may not be a national basketball powerhouse, but the fans showed up in a big way today in Nashville and here at Mugshots. Now, the game didn't end the way the Lion faithful wanted, but what this team accomplished this season will stay with these fans for a long time. So you can see I have my phone here and my keys. Usually a metal detector would set those off. As you can see here, nothing happens. Well, they have this that can simulate the actual weight of a weapon with the dense amount of metal that is in it. And that is the huge difference here, as you'll see as I walk back. Right there is the big difference. This investigation started when Chris Willingham was found dead from an overdose while he was on the job at the 911 center in August. We now know that he died with a cocktail of drugs in his system, including fentanyl. As of today, we learned that some of those drugs came right from the Huntsville police evidence room, which has now sparked a massive drug and corruption investigation. Well, Matthew, as you can see right here behind me, here is a big public parking sign into this parking lot. That may make you think that you can park in here for free. Well, not so fast. There's actually another sign right below it with a smaller font saying no free parking anytime. This lot and some other lots here in downtown Huntsville are controlled by a private company, and many people told us that they believe signs like this are incredibly misleading. $14,000. That's how much the Fort Payne Wildcats needed to raise in order to afford the trip to Baton Rouge, where they'll compete against teams from across the country on the biggest stage. Now, they've made big strides in the past couple weeks, but they haven't reached their goal just yet.
State champs! Fort Payne Thunder!
2 weeks ago, the Fort Payne Wildcats won 5 straight games to clinch the 5A baseball state championship.
Getting that last out on state. He did this, and I'm like, yes!
Well, I was at Disney World at the time, but I was watching. I got so happy once I saw they got the job done.
Head coach Landon Poe says the team deserved to celebrate, but he knew that if the season was going to continue, it would come with a serious price tag.
And we only had 2 weeks to raise the money and decide if we're going to take them on that journey, but they earned it. It's hard not to take them.
Coach Poe, the players, and their parents have all worked hard to raise the money since then, which included a grocery store raffle on Saturday at Bruce's Foodland.
Well, I've sat out here for like 4 to 6 hours trying to raise some money. We're getting close. I think we're only a couple $1,000s shy of reaching our goal.
A big part of that was the Fort Payne community. Over a dozen local businesses have donated to the team's fund, and even Mayor Brian Bain recorded a video earlier this week with the kids, urging people to help.
I think it's awesome, made our community proud to know that we've got a group of kids that, work together and get in there and want to win and want to go down and represent.
It feels great. Thank you to all the community places that helped us get to where we are.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so I'm excited they get to experience it. It's not about the wins and losses now. They earn their right to go. They need to go enjoy the experience, and it's something you can say for forever.
Cowell was killed by a car at this intersection on Bailey Cove Road on Tuesday while riding his bike after school. And a bike is standing right at Cowell's memorial, symbolizing one of his greatest passions. His uncle Vaughn says Cowell was on the Grissom mountain bike team, and he would bike for miles at a time. Melissa Otan, whose daughter was friends with him, says he was a peer helper, a member of the middle school band, and even won awards for his biking skills. She says the entire community is hurting.
Nobody expects to bury their 13-year-old. And I know as a parent, how could you go to work or be able to do anything? We support you and we love you and we care about you and we want to honor his memory.
Otan says she is terrified for her kids who have to walk home across what they call Psycho Street because they live too close to ride the bus from school.
People go really fast. The speed limit's 45. People go 60 plus. Less than 2 miles is a reasonable distance for them to travel if there can be a police presence or a crossing guard or an expansion of the school zone and some expectation of safety.
On October 9th, Chandler Druin was on the way to cross-country practice with his dad. The next thing he knows, his parents and trauma ICU staff are standing in front of his hospital bed. Chandler was in a coma for 7 days after a hit-and-run driver almost killed him. Once he woke up, the road to recovery started.
So they put a rod in my leg, so it's my knee down to, I believe, here, to support the tibia. Then they put a plate in my clavicle. They didn't fix the ribs, and I don't think they fixed anything with the face.
Since then, Druin has undergone rehab at Children's Hospital in Birmingham and weeks of physical therapy. Now, he wants to forget the past and look towards a full recovery.
My long-term goal is to return to normalcy.
What does normalcy look like for you?
Being able to run again, being able to go up and down the stairs faster, being able to just move around back to how it was before.
Druin is slowly but surely on that path to normalcy, and it's a journey that he and his dad Alex say they couldn't have done without one another.
Support from family and friends, it's been great. They've been guiding me through everything.
You want your son to be back to healthy, but you look over and Chandler stands up, comes and gives you a hug, and says, "It's okay, Dad." It's a very beautiful thing to see how strong and resilient children really are.
When we remove Trump from office, and I say when we remove Trump from office.
No Kings protests were held throughout the Tennessee Valley on Saturday, biggest of all coming in Huntsville, where organizers estimate over 3,000 people came to speak out against the Trump administration.
I was just wowed by how many people there are and the signs and the variety of messages that are out there.
It's energizing. It's wonderful. When the rain started, everybody clapped and cheered. And then when the sun came out, everybody clapped and cheered.
It's, I think, a sign to say that the troubled times that we're in, those too shall pass, and the sun shall come again.
While people packed the field next to Campus 805, others took to the streets, with some passing cars honking their horns in support. A group of young counter-demonstrators showed up on the other side of the road with Trump attire, which led to some shouting back and forth. But despite the tense moments, everyone stayed cool and calm, and even tried to have some dialogue.
We weren't yelling at each other. We were having a civil conversation, which I feel like not just the left, but even the right can't do. I feel like that's a very rare thing.
Violent protesting that's not the constitutional free speech that we're trying to work to protect. And if we are breaking the law to try to uphold the law, then that is a messed up, hypocritical message.
Hours later, another protest was held in Scottsboro, bringing in over 100 people. Other counter-protesters gathered behind the group, but with a heavy police presence, everyone stayed civil and separate. The organizer there says the rights they're advocating for aren't just for them.
Those rights apply to everyone, not just the people that showed up at this event, but the people that wanted to counter-protest it. It's important for the smaller communities to speak out because a lot of times we feel in the minority here, but our beliefs and our values that we stand for, those are something that we should never be afraid to stand up and speak to, and that goes for wherever you live.
Mugshots in downtown Florence has been the site for many UNA basketball watch parties this season, but none were more important than today's.
Nothing has happened like this in a really long time here, so it's a big deal for us.
Small D1 school going into March Madness and us being a part of it.
And making it as far as they have is really good. We're very happy for them.
Yes.
From start to finish, North Alabama and Lipscomb's battle for the conference championship was an emotional roller coaster. UNA went down double digits early, but clawed its way back to take the lead, pulling the fans back into the fight. Most of them couldn't take their eyes off the screen, their emotions swinging every time the lead changed hands. They knew what was at stake.
I was at the table stressing. I didn't move for about 5 or 10 minutes afterwards because I just know what a cool thing that is for a university and for those guys who work so hard.
Down the stretch, Lipscomb pulled away, and there wasn't much left to cheer for. Lions fans watched as their magical season fell one win shy of history, but they all left the restaurant with their heads held high.
Oh boy, did those guys do it. The last 2 weeks have been so incredibly exciting, and today we didn't get the win, but as I said, I'm just really proud of them. And Roar Lions!
Roar Lions!
Roar Lions!
Let's go!
Yes, sir.